am your tongue. I am the storm where peace is found. I'm yours, baby. Yes, I am. I am all heart, I'm heart of stone. I am the road that you walk on. I'm yours, honey. Yes, I am. You are everything to me, everything I hope for, and everything I dream. Yes, you, girl, makes me a man. Oh, it's you, baby, that makes me who I am. I am your fate, here to guide you every day. I'm yours, darling. Yes, I am. I am a smile, I am a tear. I am the one that's always here. I'm yours, honey. Yes, I am. You are everything to me, everything I hope for, and everything I dream. Yes, it's you, girl, that makes me a man. Oh, it's you, baby. Makes me who I am. It makes me who I am. La 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 la. Who I am. La 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 la. Who I am.
Got you. Yeah. Yeah.
Got me.
Say who I am.
Who I am.
It's lunchtime and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. Live from the Amp Media Studios, Dawn and Freddie S. and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought and take a front row seat in the Brooklyn Cafe and get ready to enjoy some humor and hot topics. It's time to get a healthy serving of hope and happiness to help your day go by with a smile. Your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S., are ready to talk about food, health, dating, or just plain dream making. If you have a story to share, movie review, restaurant critique, or just a coincidental thing that happened to you, call in toll free 888-994-4995, Studio A right now. Sit back and enjoy your lunch break at the Brooklyn Cafe. Here are your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S.
Welcome to finally the Friday of the Beast of the Week.
TGIF.
I'm going to tell you, this has been a beastly week. We've had people sickly, sort of sick, shoots all over the place. Things going on. It's been a busy morning. Janet did her show this morning.
Yeah.
You got Carolina. Carolina.
Yeah,
You know, that's
Carolina.
a song, Carolina. You ever sang it?
Sweet Caroline?
Yeah. That's that one too. In the house, you got Professor over there sitting smirking. He's gonna have his game in. We're gonna do some games. What are you doing? The yes or no game?
This one's called Bad Choices.
Bad
choices. No exploding cats.
No.
What?
No more exploding cats.
You should have seen it. It took us forever to get them down from the ceiling.
Oh,
The cats started.
I can't get behind that. I'm sorry. I'm a cat person.
You don't gotta get behind it. You get in front of it. But that's the bottom line. But we are here. What's the phone number? You know, you guys take all my papers now. 888-994-4995. We have the phone lines up, right? No, not that one. 888-994-4995, Studio A.
Sounds like
Call
you know.
in and ask a question because I want to see if the crew, headed by Giovanni's crew today,
Yes.
is on point.
Yes.
But for the last 2 days, we're picking on Giovanni because he didn't cut his hair. I told you this was
I
going to be a
cut my
week of
hair.
hell.
Wait, this is a haircut?
Yeah. That's a haircut. and
It's,
and then he tells me that it's me.
it would be a crime.
What you
if
do,
I
cut one
the
curl?
curls as short as you want them. You want it like.
They are very nice curls.
Thank you.
I have to be an advocate for curls because, well.
You have gorgeous
And the
The curl
stage goes
queen is
quiet.
here. Hold on.
What happened? The girls what?
The curl queen.
The
Yes.
curl queen.
And if she says my curls are nice, you aren't one to talk about hair.
Oh,
So
wow, getting brutal on the set
it's Friday.
today.
It's Friday.
Wow.
But I can talk to you about style.
About style?
Yeah.
I don't have nearly as many hats as you do. So
Well, but you don't have to wear a hat. I just asked you to trim it down so it can grow in fully. That's okay. You do what you want. I like your purse though, by the way. Nice stuff.
oh, thank you. Yeah, I got this at.
Is there a monkey in that purse?
Marshall's yesterday.
Yeah,
Whose
but
purse
monkey
is
in-
this? Is this yours?
Marshalls, it's my purse.
Oh,
Yeah.
I apologize.
And there you go. He was gonna break on Mona Lisa. Anyway, so we got a full lineup in here. There's a few friends that I asked. Apparently, I had 3 more friends that I asked to come along, and they do me what they do on Fridays. You know,
They didn't
Friday
make
is
it.
that whole.
Yeah, Friday's the day you want to escape.
I don't know why. They must be tired. Look at Gato over there. How you feeling? Yeah, you got to turn that little green button.
8-3. I'm good.
You're good? You
I'm
tired?
good. No,
I heard you had the sniffles.
I did. Yeah.
You
I
not feeling good?
I'm good.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm good.
Because everybody else is sick. You ain't getting everybody sick, are you?
No, I talked to Jay yesterday. We had a conversation about it. I think we wombo comboed her because her brother was also sick at home. So you've got 2 fronts attacking. And I don't think it was me though.
Oh,
I hear
something
that
going
there's
around.
something going around, yeah.
Yeah.
And something with the food. This one got sick also yesterday, right? You feel better today?
Yeah.
So
But
we're
it
gonna.
wasn't like sniffles or whatever.
Well, you got a stomach ailment.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have some beer and pizza today.
That'll cure it.
True,
Beer
right
and
up, baby.
pizza.
Shot of tequila, some beer. You're good today.
Tequila will kill it.
Tequila. We don't have tequila.
Can we talk about
do?
that? Can we talk about tequila, please?
Let's go to the liquor
Tequila.
store.
We can talk about
We're
tequila.
gonna talk about tequila. So why don't you introduce Carolina?
Yeah, so Carolina Veira was my guest today on Impulso con Janet. She is a powerhouse of a woman. I mean, her resume is 10 miles long. She has so many accomplishments, I can't even list them. But she's a community leader. She's an entrepreneur. She's been a vice president at both Habitat for Humanity and CareMax. She started a new business, the Strategic Group, where she does wealth management and financial education for individuals. She's super into helping the Latino entrepreneur community. She serves on 7 different boards. I mean, she's just...
I
You're
don't
busy.
sleep. I don't
No, she doesn't
You're a
sleep.
busy lady.
She
But you
doesn't
know,
sleep.
it's all about your passion and your purpose, right? Once you do what you love,
It is.
you don't need sleep.
Well, I don't know, girl. I need sleep.
We all need sleep. But when there's a passion, there's a purpose. You're limitless.
Yeah, yeah, and clearly you are. So you have to share that secret for being limitless with us. I saw a
And-
movie like that. There was a pill. Is there a pill involved?
No, but thank you for having me. It's the best way to kick off the weekend, right? To be here, surrounded by all this great energy, great place, great people. So,
Amazing, amazing.
ready to have fun.
And we have your intern with us,
Yes,
Stephanie
Stephanie.
Machado.
Introduce yourself, Stephanie.
Stephanie. Talk to us.
Hi, my name is Stephanie. I'm a finance student at Broward College.
Nice. And you're interning in what organization? Because she has so many that
The Hispanic Chamber.
the Hispanic Chamber, the Hispanic Heritage Chamber of
Hispanic
Commerce.
Heritage Chamber of Commerce, and she's also supporting me with a strategic group. But she's killing it. I mean, you see her; she's quiet, but she's onto things.
I
Great
love
things.
it. I love
She
it.
has amazing hair
She does.
And eyelashes.
I love it.
and eyelash. But she reminds me of a book I read where the lady's hair went out the castle.
Rapunzel.
Is that
Oh,
what it is?
She does.
But look at her hair. It's tremendous.
Well, I don't know if it's Rapunzel hair, because I mean that's like miles and miles of hair.
Well, I can only see where the cameras stop.
But her hair is gorgeous.
It's unbelievable.
Oh, that's true. You can't see her with all this
Thank you.
stuff in the way.
Superman to my rescue. So welcome aboard. So you got to do Janet's show this morning. And I was having a meeting while that whole thing was going on, and she was like, the lady was telling me, what is going on here? But that's a beautiful intro. I want to borrow that intro. So what I've asked people to do is I would like to bring up 14 interviews in Boynton Beach.
Oh wow.
And what I want to do is that day I want to make it so that all of the producers show up that day, and I want to do a line from the opening of the door all the way to the back. So it's a long line of that, like they do on that TV show, whatever it's called. I think it's a lot of fun. Did you have fun with that?
I had
The
so
real?
much fun. I'm gonna steal it for every event that I do because it
Everybody
brings
wants
so
to
much
steal
energy.
my reel.
I know, but it's worth it. It's so worth it.
We borrow
Great
it,
energy. And who doesn't like to dance?
Yeah, of
Do you have a
course.
favorite song? A karaoke song, maybe?
I like anything Mark does. I usually play him. It depends. In here, they used to play music when I first came in here. That's gone away for some reason. Now I have to pick the music. I got to put the lights, all of that. There used to be, and then this guy starts learning the piano. But the house should always be full of music, especially
I
that's the
agree.
first thing.
Definitely.
Yeah, you don't. He hasn't learned to open it up with music and push it out, and I can't beat him here because he lives right down the street.
Yeah.
Something's gotta change. Janet, what's your favorite song?
What's my favorite song? I don't know. I love music, so I have so many. It's a mood thing. It's a mood thing. So, yeah, it varies by the day.
Anything
How about you?
musical.
Do you have a favorite song?
Yeah, what's yours?
For karaoke, Mamma Mia.
Mamma Mia.
You sing karaoke?
I try to do it at least once a month.
When was the last time you did it? Did you
Wow.
do it this month yet?
Yes, I did 2 weekends ago. So if you ever want to, we can host a karaoke
You want to do a karaoke here?
right now.
Yeah.
Why do you put me in this spot? I can do a little bit.
You want to do it right there from there, or you want to do it with music?
No, we do it with music.
Wait,
if
it
we're
has
going to do
to-
it.
I
You
have
want
to
the whole
play the
thing, or
song.
you want us to say, okay, we come back from commercial.
Come
You
back.
give us-
Yeah,
You
we'll
do
do
a
it.
karaoke?
We'll do a piece, a little part.
Wow,
Listen,
up
you
for it.
have to you have to try new things, right? And today is the day that I'm trying all new things apparently here. So thank you for the opportunity. But yeah, that's I was telling Stephanie that's when you grow, right? When you get out of your comfort zone.
Carolina, I told you we were going to have fun today. You didn't want to believe me, but I told you it was going to
You're
be fun.
killing it.
It's always fun to try new things because when you're doing out of your, like you said before, out of your comfort level, you're actually learning something, and you're doing it the right way. If you're not in an uncomfortable situation, you're not learning.
Especially if you have a supportive group like this. Everyone is so welcoming and engaged.
Oh, they are. They
There
are.
you
Today's
go.
Friday. They let their hair down today.
Yeah, it's
Which
a
is
little
gonna be
crazier in
interesting.
here than the rest
Than
of
the
the
normal because they're restless. They've had it's been a long week. They've done a lot. I gotta tell you, I've pushed them to the
Pushed them
max this
hard.
week. Yeah. When
And
I
they
wanted,
still love you. I'm surprised.
oh, because they know I do it from love. I'm not doing it to hurt them. But the give of it is all of a sudden we have a ton of other things coming along because of it.
Love
so
that.
so it works.
Yeah.
And they are the best.
They are the best.
I go up against anybody.
Yay!
Yay for the
I'm
crew.
the best at what they do. But that was fun.
Yeah.
We have the event. Let's talk about the event on the 4th of June. That's Tuesday?
I think it's Wednesday.
Wednesday.
It's a Wednesday.
And then join Carolina and her group there. It's going to be there
Yeah,
on
she
the
was-
4th.
Can we extend an invite to
Everybody.
the
To
anyone
members
you
of
want.
the chamber?
I want the whole
Anyone you want.
chamber.
Love
I want
that.
the whole chamber.
Bring the entire
And there's
chamber.
Brazilian cuisine
Yes.
Yes.
and a live podcast and
Wow.
networking.
Yes.
I mean, it's
And
the
I'll put
best.
the whole chamber on.
There we go. Yes.
I want every chamber member, and I want there to be attendance. I want to know who missed out, because that's the person I'm going to call.
We're taking attendance.
Taking attendance.
There's going to be demerits.
What the hell's in this coffee? Yes, I'm taking attendance from the people from. Bring them all. How many do you have in your chamber?
Upwards of 100 businesses. So we're
Bring them all.
we're growing. I mean, the chamber has been running for a little over a year now. So, but it's great people, quality people committed. So it'll be fun just to bring them here and have fun, a really fun time here.
Now, this
Or-
event is at Bramer's up in Boynton.
That is true. Yes.
But you can
So-
bring them in here. We can have a whole chamber party.
Oh, I'm already visualizing some things that I want to do, and they're gonna happen here if you
Yeah.
allow me. But I think
course.
still.
Well, no. We more than allow you. We've been waiting for you.
Yeah.
There
We
you
set
go.
up a bar. I mean, they take everything. It's a little bit different
We're-
than
we
what
We
can
you
can
see
have
now.
tequila tasting. Going back to
Ooh.
tequila.
We have about 400 gallons of tequila.
400. That's it.
That's it. And then they do, what's that machine you guys use? The slushy?
Margarita?
The margarita. We had Margaritaville.
Yeah. Yeah, margarita.
Oh,
So we do this. What are you saying, G-Man?
that sounds fun.
G-Man's going to do the slushies.
Ah.
And that's
See?
a whole lot of fun.
Oh,
No.
yeah.
One thing we know how to do is throw a party here. Let me
I
tell
hear
you.
it.
We do
I
that
see
better
it.
than anything else. We do it.
Mariachi and everything?
Yeah.
Karaoke?
We even know mariachis.
I know, yeah, we have a mariachi band.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have them. And maybe the FAU band.
Oh, those guys were
Mona
great.
Lisa, maybe.
You know them?
Oh,
The FAU?
repeat that for me.
The Mona Lisa, the FAU
The
band,
FAU people?
the Latins band.
Those guys were great at that event,
No,
right?
are they dispersed for the summer?
Oh, they have dispersed it this summer.
Ah.
We have to bring them back. I want to do a concert with them. I got permission.
We could, like, when the semester starts.
I got permission to do a concert in Boynton in season,
Oh, yeah?
and I'd like to bring them. Maybe negotiate something with them.
I could see.
Nice.
They are really
Awesome.
good. I
Yeah.
gotta tell you, this band is increíble.
Hey, maybe this turns out to be like a, every 3 months event, like a quarterly event or something. When you put all those things into motion, beautiful things happen. So
Yeah,
Quarterly is every 4 months,
every 3 months.
3 months.
Every-
So what we do, the first month we get ready for the second, that leads us to the third, and
Yeah,
then we
you-
have the party.
yeah,
Then we go the first month that leads us to the second month and have the party.
Well, you have to start getting ready for the party the day after the party.
and
Yes.
more groups and more people, more businesses join. So
You have to have a
you know.
cold beer for the hangover, and then you keep going. Something like that.
Yeah.
But so that's the fourth. And then the fifth, we have the event that Lucky's holding at Sabre up in Gateway as well.
Oh, nice.
Now, the nice thing about this place is for my birthday, they brought food from Sabre, and so I've eaten their food. It's very good. And I want to get to know the owners and everything. So we're going to do a token appearance up there, maybe run an hour of interviews for La Vida Lucky, right?
Yeah,
That's what
La
she
Vida
calls
Lucky.
it. So we're going to be there on the 5th.
That's exciting.
And then on the 20th, there is the fundraiser down at Ford's Restaurant down in, where is that, Pompano? Plantation.
Plantation.
And we want to invite everybody. I would love for you to bring, again, attendance will be taken by all 100 members of this thing. There are 100 companies there already. So if you were to bring your 100, they'd probably give you an award.
Yeah. No, and the networking there will
It's
be
tremendous.
solid.
I've never
So-
seen anything like this. These are people, and they're there, and everybody tries to meet 3 new people
Oh,
per
nice.
show. And everybody ends up being friends, and it's just, and it doesn't matter if you're a realtor and that's another realtor.
Right.
They're friends, and they all drink. They have a huge bar, plenty of tequila.
Yeah, it's because even if you have someone who does the same thing as you in a room,
They don't care.
There are ways to collaborate. You don't have to
Absolutely.
think of someone who works in the same industry as you as a competitor.
That's
you
right.
can collaborate.
But a lot
you
of
can-
people, unfortunately,
build
think that.
together.
So they don't join certain institutions or certain people because they think that, you already got a realtor. Why do you need another one? You know, the world's made up with a lot of people who do a lot of different things.
Yeah, networking is powerful.
And networking is power. That's the new power. It's the new win. And then finally on the 24th, we have our 9th year. Ay, Dios mío. Our 9th year anniversary. I got to tell you, when I first started, and Dawn told me 4 years no, I would have been at 13 years if she had said yes.
Wow.
She said no, 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 and no, 4 years in a row.
But
And-
you were persistent.
Yeah.
No, I
That's
was just, you new to the business, and I was struggling. No, I was persistent, and she ended up being the interview on a show I was doing, and I told the person, you want to do your show with me? Here's your money back, unless you give me Dawn Graubert to interview before you. And that's what happened, and 9 years later, we're still doing
Still
this.
going.
And it's funny, because Dawn had nothing to say. She had nothing to say. She says, why am I doing a show? I have nothing to say. And here it is 9 years later that we're going to be celebrating.
Wow.
And we've been
You
through COVID, and we've been through all sorts of
She
Remarkable.
always has plenty to say.
just too much to say. But we've done over 6,000 interviews in 9 years.
Unbelievable.
And we've been to countless numbers. I saw the kids put together a whole bunch of reels. Now, this group is new. Gato's here longer. Jay has been here longer. But this group is new. And if you go back from the beginning, we started with the producers 9 years ago with FAU. And we brought them over. We've had over 500 of them in the
Unbelievable.
studios.
That's crazy.
We were adding them up the other day, and they are from every college you can think of.
I mean, that to me is quite impressive. So you've had literally an impact on so many groups.
We
so many
try.
people.
Students, yeah.
And
We try.
that's remarkable.
And it's always been the same message, you know, you guys, they are good, They just have to hear and believe it themselves.
Oh,
Once we
boy.
get that, there's a big mirror in Studio A, and they never asked me why that mirror is there. You know, of all the things in the world, you got paintings, there's a mirror there so they could look at themselves in the mirror and say, you know, that's the person I want to impress first.
That's beautiful.
And that's how we start. That was a lesson taught to me by my mom, and that mirror has been with us for 9 years in different locations. We even had it on the floor one time because I had no walls. At the last studio, at this true story, at the last studio, I had no walls.
What do you
And
mean?
it was the studio was the size of that closet over there, and so I couldn't put the damn thing up. So I brought it with me, and I told Dawn the first thing that went up was that
Was
mirror.
The mirror. Wow.
And it's always been that way. But the war stories, you know, you got the Virgin Mary in the lobby. That guy,
She was commenting about the Virgin Mary.
that kid over there, by himself. Me and G-Man tried to help him. He told us, get out of the way.
He said, watch out.
Remember?
Oh,
wow. He denies that story.
Gato,
that he
really?
lifted by himself. Not only did he lift it by himself, that thing weighs 650 pounds.
Gato, really?
See?
Come on.
He lifted, he put it on the
did?
back of his truck. He brought it here, took it down by himself. Me and him were just standing out the way. We said, we're going to catch him.
We're going to get killed.
And I'm going to tell you, he picked it up. He put it in that corner. It has never been moved from that corner.
Yeah, no kidding, because he hasn't moved it again. Who's going to move that 600
Ain't
pounds?
nobody going to move. The landlord came in and says, what are we going to do with this? I says, I guess we ain't never leaving. And then they painted her up and fixed her up. Her hand was broken. They fixed it.
Wow.
But that statue has a story. Even that thing has a story. That banner up there was the banner that we hung up at iHeart Studios. The Midday Show, her and I did, and we hung it up there. And all of the hosts at iHeart were complaining.
Why?
Because I was the only smart enough guy to put that on the wall.
Oh my goodness.
So I had to put a green screen over it so that the other shows wouldn't see it. And then I used to take the green screen down, and the banner was up.
It sounds like you causing controversy everywhere you go.
A little bit. But I had iHeart understanding and believing that streaming. Now you got to go back. I was doing it before Dawn. You got to go back 15 years ago. Streaming was not a thing. So iHeart said, what are you doing? And I explained it to them. And then Beasley Radio explained what we were doing. And the president of the Radio Association of America was Bob Moranci, and he explained to every radio station, if you're not doing this, you're missing the boat. And look what Facebook and everything else does now.
Yeah. That was...
It's been an amazing ride, man, I gotta tell you. And then we get to meet people like you and your assistant, and I get to be surrounded by some of the most talented hosts that I've known, and she's very good at what she does, especially it's hard to find somebody who can do it in Spanish purely.
Yeah.
Her and Lucky, and they're just good at it, and they keep at it. I mean, for 7, 8 years now, I've been trying to create the Latino network. And it's not an easy thing.
Well, now you found the right partners, I would say.
Well,
So
I mean,
with the chamber, we can bring.
we were waiting for you.
Yeah,
we've been.
Thank you. I'm here, and we're here. But I do want to say, and I want to commend you for not only having that vision at that time a few years ago with the streaming, but also having the vision now of bringing the Latino market into these conversations. That's a market that it's constantly growing.
Yeah.
By 2030, we're projected to be 30% of the population. So you kind of want to do business with them. You want to get them engaged and get them to be part of the conversation. So yeah, thank you.
You know, it's funny you say that because when I was learning business, there was a Jewish gentleman, Harvey Peckman, showed me how to do business. And Harvey said to me, whatever you do, get into the Latino market. He was Jewish. And I said to him, Harvey, why? He says, because there's nobody there. I said, really? He says, the Latinos, they're very good at what they do, but they are afraid to speak English, and that holds them back. And if you could do something in their language and they feel comfortable with it, so, you know, Goya, right, from Spain, Goya's been around. People will eat Goya no matter what's in it. Latino will.
Goya's, well, oh no, it's Cubano. Just so you know.
I know, but they originated, I think, from Spain, and then they moved the company and all this
Yeah,
stuff.
I gotta
But what,
protect my people.
but what
Cubano.
I'm saying is, if you get them to believe in themselves a little bit, sky's the limit
Yeah.
on the Hispanic market.
Yeah.
And Hispanics are very loyal if you get them. Problem is, it's like every other marriage. You got to sort of stay married before you can keep her. It's easy to marry her, keeping her something else.
It's about building trust. And what happens is, I deeply believe that the different communities in South America, in the Latino and Hispanic communities, have been, in a way, been betrayed by governments. So there's a lack of trust there.
Yeah.
So they bring that along the way, and they bring that baggage, and it's educating them. It's about making sure that they feel comfortable and they feel valued, and they know their worth. And then they once they open up, is what you said, we're loyal.
Yeah.
We're gonna stick with you through thick and thin, and it's just building that partnership, that trust, and the relationship will last forever.
That's why I like having numbers. So you have 100 Latinos, and that 100 brings a friend. Now you got 300.
Yeah.
And the object of the game is that you have now a wave, and you can set course. You can change things.
Right.
Even if it's in that community, it's going to catch on. You know, we're a copycat community in Florida. Something that works, everybody wants to be a part of it. That's the way it is.
Yeah, well, that's the biggest form of flattery when someone copies you. So if
It
you're
is.
being copied, that means you're doing something right.
We did a show yesterday at Founders at a gun range, a shooting range, which I never in a million years thought I would ever go. But the back of this place is a hotel. It was unbelievable.
At the back of a shooting range, there's
Yeah.
a hotel?
Yeah.
It wasn't a hotel, but it was like they had so many different.
That doesn't sound like something you'd want.
It was crazy.
It didn't look like a conference room, like a convention center.
They had
Convention center.
they had like a meeting room in the front, the whole area, and like when you first walk in.
Do we
there's
have
a whole
pictures?
bunch of like tables, lounge seating.
Oh, wow.
There's
See
a
if
bar,
they have a reel.
and then there's a gym.
Wow.
There's a racquetball room.
Where was this?
Founders in Commercial
yeah,
Boulevard.
commercial and
Okay.
power line.
So when I walk into this place, I went, what? I'm like looking around, and the kids are like running around with the cameras all over this. This doesn't look like anything down there.
So what do
It's-
they do? Events there? Is that why they have?
So they have a men's room, which I found out today is a men's club.
Oh, really?
There's no women there. So
what it
how
is.
did?
No,
Yeah.
it's women as well.
No, he
but
said
a
it's
men's club.
It's a men's
Like-
club, but women are allowed to join.
The wives are
a
allowed.
woman aren't allowed to join, but they can be
They
there.
could be there.
Oh, they can be there.
Yeah, like the wives and stuff. Like that's why
Where
that
is
wife
this
was there for
place?
Well, I'm gonna give you the
I wanna
address.
go.
We have to
So
have.
cool.
You didn't invite me.
We
I-
have to.
I-
we have to do.
I
You
didn't-
know what we need to do? We need, as a group, we need to all go, and do like a reconocimiento de terreno. You know what I mean by that?
A reconnaissance of.
Yeah, like to see what's going on.
Reconocimiento.
I'm gonna throw Spanish at you because
Yo.
we're gonna keep it
Yeah,
fun.
that's a. That's a.
Come back.
Is that all? Is that your Spanish?
Yeah, that's the
Mami?
extent.
No.
Mami, un poquito.
Oh.
Sí, no.
I didn't want to invite too many women because I had to get special permission
To invite women.
for the girls. For the crew was
But
all
I
girls.
shoot.
I know.
No, I know that, but
I
I,
don't
had
know
to
that
get.
you know that, but
I
I do
had
shoot.
no, and then you know what the funny thing is? At the last minute, Lori wanted to go. I thought she was going to drive, so I said, okay. So you would put because she has an SUV.
Car. I was like,
So they jammed in my car. Poor Gato was in the back seat.
my
I'm
God.
like, this didn't quite work. And I wish she was here because I wanted to tell her this
It was
today.
like the clown car where.
It was like 15 clowns in the car.
How big is your car?
It's a Mercedes, but it's a big guy. And then I had 3 smaller women in there. So I didn't know that they were going to allow what we were walking into, to be honest with you. I didn't find out until Heather told me today that the women are not part of this club. So I come in here last night because we had productions till 8 o'clock last night. And we had a live show at 6:30. And the people they're interviewing, she had this car, it was purple, and it has, like, I Dream of Jeannie and all this on it.
wow.
And she comes in here, and they go to dinner. He's a member of Founders.
Oh.
So he sends me a picture.
Interesting.
Because we forgot to take the banner down on the TV screen.
We had Amp Media on the TV screens there. We've got to take it down.
And he sent you a picture of.
So he says, so check it out. So he says to me, we have to do business together. And I go,
Nice.
why?
Wow, I love
And he
it.
sends me the picture. He says,
I love
because
it.
God is telling me to notice you. Now, he had just done an interview here. with his wife.
Wow, look at you killing it.
And I went,
Yeah,
Love
right?
that.
and I said, holy smokes. I show you the text. I have not, it was just one of those days yesterday. We were in, we were out, we had another crew up north. It was all over the place. But when he sent me that, my jaw hit the ground. And him and his wife went to dinner. So I guess the wives can go as long as they're not members. That makes sense.
Yeah, what others
That makes sense. Now, they're 20 strong of men. They have their own, they're going to be doing shows here Monday, 8 to 9. They have their own tribe and reason for existing, which is their story to tell. But they are looking to get together with groups like yours. They want to be speakers. These gentlemen have lost something in their life. Like Brian lost his son a year ago. He died of a disease.
So it's a support group.
It's a support group.
For men.
And now his second son, the 8-year-old, has the disease, and we're to race against time to find a cure. But he called me yesterday, and he was crying. I said, "What's the matter?" He says, "They think they found a cure."
Oh my God. Wow.
You know, there's no coincidences, right? I believe there's a big plan. We're all connected. We all need to push and do things for each other because that's how we all win. So what a blessing! What wonderful story!
It was just yesterday was a day that there are other things that happened, even better news and all that, but that was the best news I had all day because when Brian came here, I met him through Let's Make Money with, what's her name, the show? Making Money with Laura. Laura introduced us, and she was being honored that day, and Dawn and I went there to support her. And when I met him and I heard the story, he says, "I have somebody I want you to meet." He says, "Oh, okay." He says, "Oh, by the way, what's her name?" I said, "Her name is Mary. Can you come to my studio and meet her?" He says, "Oh, do you have to make her?" No, Mary's always there. So I came on and I says, "I want you to put your hand on Mary and let's see what happens." And I got the phone call.
Wow.
So, to be continued.
Congratulations.
Well, not yet. They don't know if it's going to work, but they think they figured it out. So it's a race against time. That whole show yesterday had like a special meaning for me and for him, for the guys that were there. It's a new adventure for them. It's a journey to offer. Because they say whenever God gives you a gift, you have to pass it forward, right?
Yeah.
And it comes back to you 7 times. So this is their way of doing it. They'll be more than happy to meet you. I got another 5, 6 other groups that want to meet with them as well.
Love it, love it.
So
love
that
it.
was
That's
that
how
was
we build community.
When you put the communities together, everything expands.
And when
right?
there's alignment too, I deeply believe that once you know what you want and you're walking on that path, you're taking action towards that big purpose. That's everything just flows.
Definitely.
Look at me. I'm just here having the best time of my life with you all.
But I like her because she flows. She sings.
She does. She goes with
dances.
it.
She got nothing.
She
always
goes with
stretching.
it. She walks in. She was a little late because of traffic, and I just sprung it on her. Oh, by the way, we do a dance reel, so I need you to dance on video. What's your favorite song? She's like, what? Okay.
She likes doing that. She's like throws these curveballs at people.
And
She doesn't.
That sounds
She doesn't make you
personal.
aware. Hey, this is happening. But you know, in the spur of the moment, Janet, I got.
yeah,
makes
she
it
got
happen.
my
No,
number.
well done, well done.
But
All
it
right,
was fun.
so
It was.
all right, so why don't we take a commercial break and then when we come back, you want to finish with Carolina or you want to play some games? What do you want to do?
We could play some games. It's
Play some
Friday.
games. We'll do a little bit of back.
both.
Again, when we come back, we'll mix it up. Well, would you go get a hot dog because you didn't want my pizza?
Huh?
Yeah.
I already ate.
Oh, you had pizza? Wow. All right, we'll be right back. So what is that?
You're listening to the Midday Brooklyn Cafe Show with Dawn and Freddie S. Every weekday from 12 to 2, tune in for the ultimate midday escape. The perfect blend of entertainment, culture, and community, all served up with a side of Brooklyn flair. It's the South Florida show that everyone's talking about.
Ding ding, here we are at the favorite chocolate store.
Sure's Chocolate. If you could have smell-o-vision in this space, oh my gosh. Tell us about Sure's Chocolate.
Well, we hand make almost everything in chocolate. We do it all in the back room here. We have a workshop back there. We just love what we do.
Everything's here from Easter bunnies to truffles to mints to, I see this toffee pretzel crunch.
It's probably our best seller. Everybody loves, when they come in, some people are a little grumpy when they walk in, but when they leave, they're happy. Everybody.
That's the way chocolate works.
Nobody ever leaves unhappy. We're open Tuesday through Saturday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m.
If you can spell chocolate, you come here, they got it. It's everything.
Your True Oldies Listener's Guide. Listening in the Palm Beaches? That's 95.9 FM. On the Treasure Coast? You want 106.9 FM. In Boca? It's 95.3 FM. We've got Fort Lauderdale and Broward County covered with 96.9 FM. And you can always hear us anywhere at TrueOldiesFLA.com.
Everybody wants cheap airfare, but where do you find it? You call Low Cost Airlines. They specialize in cheap flights, discount hotel rooms, cheap car rental rates, and with a best price guarantee. If you want the lowest prices on your airline tickets or other travel services, call now. That's right, call. That's the only way to get these rates. Experts are standing by 24/7 to get you the cheapest airfare and hotel rates available. So don't wait. Call now.
At Genix, we believe skincare should be both powerful and purposeful. Beauty doesn't fade, it evolves. Powered by women, made for everyone. Packed with bovine placenta, a rare regenerative ingredient rich in growth factors and nutrients. Infused with collagen peptides and hyaluronic acid, aloe vera, and coconut oil. Each ingredient is powerful on its own, but even better together. Feel the science, see the glow. Shop Genix now at genixbeauty.com.
In a world where finding reliable and compassionate home care can be overwhelming, Sunshine Home Care Services stands as a beacon of hope. That's why we've partnered with professional nurses, physical rehabilitation centers, and medical offices to ensure their patients receive the very best in home care. At Sunshine Home Care Services, our mission is simple yet profound: to support and enhance the lives of our clients. We genuinely enhance the quality of life and offer a comprehensive suite of 26 services tailored to meet every need. We go beyond the basics with health monitoring, emotional support, pet care, and home safety checks. Sunshine Home Care Services is more than just a service. It's a partnership in care. We invite you to experience the difference a compassionate team can make. For a personal consultation, call us today at 561-821-5811.
Our preschool team provides personalized education and therapy services that are specifically designed to meet the unique needs of our children. These students are overcoming medical conditions that have been affecting their physical abilities since birth. Our specialized teacher and therapists understand the critical role that occupational and physical therapy play in helping these young children to develop essential skills in their early education program. We like for the children to leave us as shining stars and enter the big world of kindergarten.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
Welcome to AMP2 Network. Today's segment is on National Water a Flower Day. Despite how silly this day sounds, its significance in its wording, as during this time of year flowers are nearing full bloom. The nature of caring for a flower or a plant can be therapeutic for people and a relief to have something to do a little time a day. Just like how bees pollinate flowers and spread more and more pollen for more flowers to grow, so can people too share their own flowers to others to help each other's mental health and express kindness to one another. This part of National Water a Flower Day grants people an extra reason to care for those in need that may be homebound or in the hospital. To have someone come and visit to help brighten a person's day with flower or plant for them to give their own time to take care and keep their mind off of stressful things for a bit each day. A known friend or just a person you know can be appreciative on a nice mystery potted plant or interesting flower to keep track of them on their low days. Thanks for listening to today's segment on AMP2 Network. And with further ado, let's get back to the show.
This Day in History is brought to you by PRP Wine International. On May 30, 1806, future U.S. President Andrew Jackson killed Charles Dickinson in a duel near Adairville, Kentucky. The conflict arose after Dickinson accused Jackson of cheating in a horse race bet and insulted his wife, Rachel. During the duel, Dickinson shot Jackson in the chest, but Jackson remained standing and fatally shot Dickinson in return. Jackson survived but carried the bullet in his chest for the rest of his life. On May 30, 1911, Ray Haroon won the first Indianapolis 500, driving the single-seater Marmon Wasp. He used a rearview mirror instead of a riding mechanic, finishing the 500-mile race in about 6 hours and 42 minutes at an average speed of 74.6 miles per hour. May 30, 1922, Chief Justice William Howard Taft, who had previously served as U.S. President, dedicated the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C. A large crowd gathered on the National Mall for the ceremony, which honored Abraham Lincoln's legacy. The event featured speeches, including one by Dr. Robert Moton of Tuskegee Institute, representing the African American community. On May 30, 1935, at Philadelphia's Baker Bowl, Babe Ruth made his final major league appearance. Playing for the Boston Braves, Ruth came to bat once and was retired on an infield grounder by Phillies pitcher Jim Bevan. He played just one inning in the field before leaving the game. May 30, 1951, Ezra Charles defeated Joey Maxim in a grueling 15-round bout to win the World Heavyweight Boxing title. The fight showcased Charles's skill and endurance as he outboxed Maxim, who was the reigning champion at the time. This Day in History is brought to you by PRP Wine International. This Day in History is brought to you by Revive Air. On May 30, 1431, Joan of Arc was burned at the stake in Rouen, France, at age 19. A French heroine and military leader, she claimed divine guidance and led French forces to key victories in the 100 Years' War. Captured by the English allied Burgundians, she was tried for heresy in a politically motivated trial and executed. In 1456, a retrial declared her innocent, and she was canonized as a saint in 1920. On May 30, 1498, Christopher Columbus set sail from Spain with 6 ships on his third voyage to the Americas. Unlike his previous expeditions, this journey aimed to explore further south. During this voyage, Columbus became the first European to reach the South American mainland, landing near present-day Venezuela. May 30, 1927, legendary pitcher Walter Johnson of the Washington Senators threw the 110th and final shutout of his Hall of Fame career, defeating the Boston Red Sox 3-0. This shutout remains the Major League Baseball record for most career shutouts. On May 30, 1923, Howard Hanson's Symphony No. 1 in E minor, titled Nordic, premiered with the Rochester Philharmonic Orchestra in New York. The symphony, written shortly after Hanson's studies in Europe, reflects his Scandinavian heritage and was influenced by the music of composers like Sibelius and Grieg. On May 30, 1937, during the Little Steel Strike, the Chicago Police Department opened fire on a group of unarmed demonstrators near the Republic Steel plant on the city's south side. The protesters, part of a labor strike organized by the Steelworkers Organizing Committee, SWOC, were advocating for union recognition and better working conditions. This Day in History is brought to you by Revive Air.
All right, here we go. Viernes Social is on the way. All right, so we got some games on the other side. Woo-hoo. Make sure you open up all the mics because I want to hear the answers. So we'll take it to the professor over there with Gato. What do we got cooking, Professor?
Hey, today our game is Bad Choices. It is
Bad Choices.
Game where your only answers are yes or no. And you have to answer the question as truthfully as you can.
Oh,
God.
So I have a question.
We're gonna start with Janet.
I have a question for you all, actually. Has anyone ever thrown a party for a pet?
No.
No.
Yes. You have.
Yeah. Like a birthday for a dog.
What, a monkey? A monkey.
happy birthday to my cats, but it's not much of a party.
Throwing a party. Well, I wouldn't be like, we went to Party City and bought decorations, but we had like a bone for the dog, and we had a little puppy cake.
You know,
Pictures, or it didn't happen?
No.
I don't have pictures.
I gotta tell you,
pictures of
so
my
funny.
dog.
I gotta tell you, I gotta sympathize with you. My dog Nina died.
Yeah.
I had a funeral with a coffin.
Oh yeah, we've done that.
had the whole thing.
I've had funerals
Yeah,
for
but that's
pets.
not a fiesta.
But I didn't celebrate
It's a
life
celebration of
because
life. You're right.
and it never occurred to me to do that. But I can sympathize with what you're saying.
If that qualifies as a party, then I throw a party for my pets.
This
All
was
right,
a
so
deep
you
question.
got 1.5 yeses and 100 no's. All right, let's
That's
go.
all you get.
Let's go to the next one.
All right. For our next question, have you ever brought nothing to a bring your own beer party but still enjoyed what everyone else brought?
Oh God.
Yes.
Never.
No. No, never.
Actually,
I
no.
don't think so. No, I haven't done that.
No. You have?
I didn't think I knew it was like a.
Yeah. No, that's why I said
We gotta
yes,
get
but if
you
they
a
told me
mic.
to bring
We have no
something,
mic.
I bring it. Yeah.
We need a mic. G-Man, let's get a mic for her. So you've done it?
No, I thought about it. Like, I've gone to a party where
You
like I
faked
haven't
it?
brought anything, but if somebody's looked at me and said bring something, I've always brought
Even
something.
if they say do not bring anything, you
That's a
still
very
bring
Latino
something. Come on.
thing.
Carolina, you ever
They
you
tell you to bring something, you obviously
No,
But
but
hold on,
if
hold
you're
on.
a
You ever-
Latina, you don't show up
you ever
to a
crash a
without
party?
something.
I have crashed a party.
You have. Okay, in Puerto Rico, when I lived in Puerto Rico, we used to crash every party and bring either beer or wine, and everybody thought they knew me. So it made no difference.
See, but that's the beauty of it. You just bring the alcohol and the personality, and then you're golden.
And nobody cares. They're
Nobody
like, oh,
cares.
you
become
brought the
their best
wine.
friend.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're like,
We all
oh.
love each other. We're lovely people.
And they go, do I know you? It says, yeah, we used to hang out. Oh, yeah, they don't know me. I used to crash in weddings. You ever seen the
I
movie
crashed
Wedding?
a wedding.
I used to crash
you were a
weddings all
wedding-
the
you were a
time.
party crasher.
All the time.
Yeah.
It was the best time of my life. That's what you should be doing.
I crashed
Crashing
a wedding
weddings?
once.
That's where I have to find my future wife.
Oh, let me introduce you to Stephanie.
Oh my God. Let me introduce you to Stephanie.
Stephanie, Stephanie, run very fast.
Stephanie, there's a door
Run,
there.
run.
She's like, what happened? What's going
Exit
on?
stage left.
No, you know how they toss the bouquet? I'll just be the one to catch it.
Oh.
Well, you'll be the only guy because they're all women.
Oh, true.
Yeah, it's all women catching.
Ah, no difference.
Yeah. It's okay.
No,
We don't discriminate.
for guys, you got to catch the garter.
What?
Do they still do that?
Oh, the
garter,
underwear.
You gotta
The
catch
underwear.
The underwear, the garter belt.
I thought it was the underwear.
It's not the underwear.
No, it's not underwear. It's a garter belt.
What's happening?
Dude, what?
Clearly, he has not been to many weddings.
What was the question?
What kind of thing do you think happens
Then
at a
all
wedding?
well, I thought they took
The question changed rapidly with all of
see
you,
that.
but
You really
let's go to one that's a simple
love
yes
this
no
game.
again.
Low
Yes
key,
or
yeah.
no?
low key.
Concerning.
That is really
I've been to 2, 3.
We need
And
to
the
buy,
bride took off
but
her underwear?
When you go to weddings, bro, you look at
Confusing the garter with underwear.
All right, let's go to the next one. Lord have mercy.
Oh my God.
Yes or no? For $100, would you tell a child that Santa isn't real?
Yes.
Yes.
Listen.
No.
Yes.
Isn't.
Crush it. Yes.
Why would you do that to a child?
For $100.
For $100.
$100.
I got a heart.
$100 isn't a lot. Really.
Yeah.
It's not a lot.
You're destroying that kid's.
I didn't really have
sense
Santa
of
growing up,
everything.
so.
How old is the kid?
Well, I mean,
Apologize.
say for
No, Easter
example, the
Bunny, no
parent
Santa.
asked you to do it on their behalf, so they didn't
I
have to
Cuban
be the bad
parents. Cubans
person.
don't know what that is.
Santa is weak.
I have Cuban parents.
No, not me.
I don't know. My parents were like,
I hope
We've never- we
you
don't-
have kids later.
Listen, I tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna dress up.
I mean, if that happens, you have to be the one that tells them sooner or later.
Santa's
They're gonna figure
I
it
mean,
out.
like, don't
Kids
get
are
like
smart.
I
They'll
don't
just
know.
Google
Like
it.
I've seen
Does that mean
Christmas,
you have to dress up like the Easter
but-
Bunny on like Friday for her?
No, she said Santa. She had plenty.
did?
But no, the Easter
No.
Bunny exists.
She has rabbit stew. She doesn't get
what?
Rabbit stew.
Moving on to the next question.
Please.
Yes or no? For $200, would you tell a mother that their baby is ugly?
Yes.
Oh,
I do that for
boy.
free.
Do that for free.
That.
You
No.
people have no heart.
Oh, that's awful.
Santa's not real. I'm already feeling heartless.
I'm already heartless for saying that one, so might as well.
but they're-
Weirdly enough,
for
like
two.
I don't want to do that.
Hold on. hold on. You guys ever visit a friend's child?
Not only
And you look
Santa,
at you, oh
not
my
real.
God.
Yes.
Do you tell your friend his kid is ugly?
Yes.
I'm taking back what I said about this beautiful group of people.
I don't believe it.
Well, I'm not gonna
I just wanna point
unsolicited
out,
say
I
like
wanna
your
ask
kid
you a
is
question.
ugly. If they
I
ask
said
me,
no to most
hey,
of
do you
these
think my kid is cute or ugly? I'm not gonna lie.
kid is ugly?
I would say they're not that cute.
I just know if someone looked at me and said my kid was ugly, I'm losing it.
You gotta lie because you would crush somebody's.
You guys need life
That's what I was
skills.
gonna say. Like, if I had a kid,
You
we
know
just
the
keep it real.
hormones and
was
everything
like,
going on, and you're just gonna destroy that poor woman.
Yeah.
And the baby.
I'm not gonna
They
lie
can
to
hear
somebody.
you.
Yeah, but imagine, like, if, I don't know, I think about it, like, if I had a kid and someone was like, Layla, your kid's ugly, I would be upset. My feelings would be hurt.
Heartless.
My
You
kid
guys
is
are
my
heartless.
genes. Not only did you
Yeah,
call
you
my
just
kid
called me
ugly,
ugly.
you kind of called me ugly, too.
Yeah.
$200.
And
Gato, what do you think?
I think that's a new piece of equipment for me.
I could never do that.
Okay, then.
no way.
I mean, like, if they're really my friend, and I look at them and I'm like, dude, you have an ugly ass baby. Like, what? I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
I mean,
Oh no, if it wasn't for no
For no money, I would do that for no
I
money.
gotta
You
tell you
feel
something.
me?
Yeah.
Your stock value for being married right now is
It's so low.
You will never get
But I
married.
would never say that,
You're
like, to
beginning
my
to
wife.
swirl. You're beginning to swirl,
You
bro.
think? I mean,
Even look, you even got Kamish came out.
Yeah,
and
you
looked
did.
Yeah, so, you know,
with
just
those
mute-
friends, who needs enemies?
Just mute his mic. Jeez Louise. All right, let's go to
Wow.
the next one. You're heartless.
This one's just for you, Freddie.
Of course.
Because you've been asking this question all morning. Would you lick a homeless person's feet for $10,000?
Oh my God.
yes.
Oh my gosh.
No.
How much?
$10,000.
10,000. 10,000.
Let me give me a second. Let me think. Let me see my bill. Yes,
it
I
just
would
like a
today.
little-
I would do it
Is there a little like,
Today.
like a little like,
No, it's a lick.
No,
It's
you
a
have to
full
lick
lick.
you know, like a,
From heel to toe?
From heel
Heel
to
to
toe.
toe?
Heel to toe.
They
Heel
never
to
said
toe.
that.
Yeah,
It
but we
does
changed
not
the
say
rules.
that. It
It
just
doesn't
says
say that.
And you
it
gotta suck
implies
one of the
both
fingers.
because it
one of
says
the
feet,
toes.
not foot.
why are you making up more stuff?
The toe thumbs.
It doesn't
And
mean
for,
from heel to
and for
toe.
another 20,000, you have to lick one of the thumbs, the big one. What's it called?
The big toe.
The big toe. Would you do it?
Heaven
Yes.
forfend.
Disgusting.
Would you
That's
do it?
$13,000.
Let's move to a
That's
positive.
30.
30,000. Would you do it
30,000,
for
yes.
$30,000?
Yes.
I would do it for 50 bands.
I would need like a tetanus shot after. or
I'm
something, but-
disappointed, but
Wow.
for 30 grand, yeah.
Yeah, like, would I be proud of myself?
Like, I wouldn't enjoy it.
She's disappointed.
Like, I would hate myself afterwards. I'd feel bad.
Unless
But
You know what's funny
I'd
though?
be proud of myself.
then I'd get that check
You know
and
what's
feel a
funny
little
is
less
I just
bad.
made $30,000 in like 5 seconds. Yes.
And then when you're hospitalized because you got, I don't know.
I want to hear what
Ebola.
Carolina would do.
I'll just wash my
Gotta-
mouth.
I'll make sure I'm
I
up on
promise
my
the next one is
vaccines
Such a nice
before.
person.
Carolina, would you lick the homeless man's foot?
Oh, absolutely not.
For 30,000?
What would you do that? No.
40?
No,
Fifty?
no.
A million.
My God, it's disgusting.
$1 million.
Oh, I'm
$1
sorry.
million.
Not because of the person, but because of no, I can't.
$1
$1 million.
million.
Yeah.
Andrew?
No
would
taxes
offer-
either.
We're upping the stakes now.
Who would offer $1 million
Bill
for
Gates
that?
came out of Best Buy.
Yeah.
Mr. Beast.
I'm going to tell you, for $1 million, I would lick every toe.
I know, for $1 million, now you got me thinking.
I might do it for $1
Ah,
million.
there is a price on your
Oh, but
I
it's,
might
oh
do it for $1
gosh.
million.
Oh,
Now you're
no.
going to be driving along and say, why the hell did I say a national television?
I know, it's like
That
$1
I would
million.
lick the homeless man's foot.
You're gonna look
So
at
why don't we
the
move to the
homeless
next
man
question?
that
This one's a little more
For $1
wholesome.
million, those toes are coming out clean.
So yes or no?
Oh, you stop. That's too graphic. Next. Next.
That was deep. That was deep.
What?
That was like, I know.
Yeah,
I had to make sure that.
You kind of
And
buzzer.
the
Hit
fetish
the
is
buzzer.
for money.
Can we put this guy in the closet?
Muted.
This is for money.
The fetish is for money.
All right, give me another one, please.
Yes or no? If you could save the lives of 365 children by giving up the internet for a year, would you do it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
100%.
Yes.
Yes.
100%.
That's
too
easy.
Going back to be nice.
Yeah. We're still humane.
We're all good people.
nice
See, we are nice people.
No.
We get back to our
I want you to know they're all lying. Okay, next.
Yes or no? Are you a good person to call for relationship advice?
No.
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I think so.
Why are you trying to give it to me then? You just admitted no.
Yes.
Freddie,
After what
no.
you just
Don't take
did-
advice from Freddie. Don't take advice from Gio.
Hold
Freddie,
on.
did you say yes?
No, I said no.
said
Listen,
no. He said
I'm going to tell you something.
Okay, good.
For every one of them that says something, I don't have to say anything for him. This guy, he's going this way in the toilet, the way he talks. He's his own worst enemy.
Yeah.
And for other people in this studio, unless they want to air their laundry, I ain't been wrong yet. That's all I'm going to say. But if they want to air their laundry, I will go there.
Oh.
And I will ask your opinion. Just say. Let me know if you want to go there.
That's a challenge.
Next question.
Well, this one's going to really split the room, I promise. This next one will split the room, I promise.
Next.
Let's put the laundry in the washer machine.
Yes or no, have you ever stolen from your employer?
No.
Hey, where my AirPods at, yo?
Yeah, what happened to you?
I don't know, but when y'all gotta see me outside.
Oh my gosh, your AirPods.
I forgot about that.
I feel so
Did you
bad.
check back there? Because I saw you working on that computer. And
I
you
knew it
had
would
them
split the
on.
room.
Maybe you dropped it back there.
They're gone?
How do you know they're gone? Because you haven't found them.
When did you lose them?
Like
They're
2 weeks
just
ago.
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. Oh, they're gone.
Oh, they're dead by now, yeah.
They're gone.
No, I think the answer to that, except for somebody in there. is no.
Carolina's got to go, so we're going to say goodbye. Thank you so
Carolina
much.
se va.
I have to say, this has been the highlight of my week. Thank you for making this day so special. I didn't know that it was going to be, like, I should have planned better. I didn't know what to expect.
No,
and
no
I
plan.
had at 2 p.m., but
We don't plan.
thank you.
Happy
Thank
birthday,
you.
by the way.
Thank you. Invite me anytime, please. We'll talk more.
You are invited. You don't need an invitation. You
Yeah,
can come when you
this is
want.
home now.
Thank you.
This
Thank
is
you.
home
Thank
now.
you, guys.
All right, let's
Thank
take a
you,
commercial
Carolina.
break, and then we'll come back in for Nation's Game Part 2.
All right.
Family business. It's me, my sister, and her soon-to-be husband. We've been here for about 5 years, doing our thing in this beautiful little spot right in the heart of downtown Boca. We really are like that authentic New York, New Jersey, Northeast thing that you want to have when you're in South Florida. Our bagels are made from scratch every single day. They're top-notch, best you can get around here. And then lunch, chicken Caesar wrap, or like we have a beautiful avocado supreme salad. That's really, really great. And of course, all our sweets are incredible too. You know, something savory, salty, and a little something sweet after. And we will do our best to provide the best service, best food, best everything. And if there's anything you need, we'll do it.
Hi, I'm David Vito Quaderno, the owner of Xavier Restaurant in Meisner Plaza that is in front of Meisner Park. We're a Sicilian cuisine restaurant, so I'm Sicilian. I'm just arrived from Sicily. I live in Catania, the east coast of Sicily. We offer the traditional Sicilian cuisine with the traditional ingredients that I used to import from Sicily, from the cheese to the oregano to the anchovies and different kind of fish. This is a family business already from the 1897, so it's almost 130 years business, and we're offering here the best. This is the first restaurant in the United States, so I wait for you in Meisner Park to enjoy the best and the real Sicilian kitchen. Ask you to book your tables just to be sure that you will find a place for enjoy the real Sicilian kitchen. Thank you.
For your reservation, you can call at 561-617-5424. We are open from Tuesday to Sunday from 4 to 9:30.
Looking for bold, authentic flavor? Step into Bramer's Brazilian cuisine, where the vibrant taste of Brazil meets your favorite American classics. From savory churrasco to juicy burgers, every dish is made with passion. Hosting a party or a special event? We cater all occasions with incredible food that leaves a lasting impression. Our Boynton Beach location offers generous seating with a separate dining area for bigger parties. Come visit us in person today at 1035 Gateway Boulevard, number 201, Boynton Beach, Florida, 33426. Contact us by phone at 561-272-6377. Enjoy the Brazilian taste. Enjoy the Bramer's taste.
You're listening to the Midday Brooklyn Cafe Show with Dawn and Freddie S. Every weekday from 12 to 2, tune in for the ultimate midday escape. The perfect blend of entertainment, culture, and community, all served up with a side of Brooklyn flair. It's the South Florida show that everyone's talking about.
What if this happened to you when you're alone? With MedGuard Alert's new Care Watch, you can connect with medical professionals instantly, 24/7. No cell phone required. This life-saving medical device acts as a phone as well as a revolutionary health monitoring system that checks blood pressure, heart rate, oxygen saturation, and much more. And if you have Medicare or Medicaid, you may qualify to get yours free. Don't wait. Call us to get your Care Watch right now.
RCCA has a team of specialized therapists to treat a wide array of injuries and conditions, including balance issues, back pain, fall prevention techniques, joint replacements, and stroke rehab. Our therapists at RCCA help adults reclaim their strength and flexibility, allowing them to return to their hobbies and sports. We tailor treatment to return our patients to activities they love, such as croquet, gym workouts, golf, pickleball, and tennis. Our state-of-the-art equipment and therapists ensure that there is something here for everyone.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
From the ashes, from the deepest part of my soul, it's a message from the corners of the world, yeah, and it's flowing through my veins, infecting my membrane. It is taking over, pull me closer, save me from the all my life, I've waited for this moment to leave it all on the floor. We dance to the fire, all our problems go up in smoke. We dance to the fire, just to show how far we can go. And it feels like nothing's gonna stop us. And in the darkness, that's how we know we'll be fine. We dance to the fire, just to show how far we can go. We dance to the fire. I'ma just say what's on my heart. Think it's time I keep it real. I knew it from the start. Some things just can't be concealed. They say that the truth, it never lies. You see it in their eyes, and it's flowing through my veins, infecting my membrane. It is taking over, pull me closer, save me from the flames. All my life, I've waited for this moment to leave it all on the floor. We dance to the fire, all our problems go up in smoke. We dance to the fire, just to show how far we can go. And it feels like nothing's gonna stop us. And in the darkness, that's how we know we'll be fine. We dance to the fire, just to show how far we can go. We dance to the fire, 1,000 degrees Fahrenheit, can you stand the heat? So much desire, and it consumes me, taking control. We dance in the fire, all our problems go up in smoke. We dance in the fire, just to show how far we can go. And it feels like nothing's gonna stop us. And in the darkness, that's how we know we'll be fine. We dance in the fire, just to show how far we can go. We dance in the dance in the fire.
And here we are.
Back. I'm gonna tell you. Oh, you know what? I tell you what. Now you're a surfer. I'll take your word for the right advice. You true or false? Jellyfish sting you.
Oh, yeah.
People urinate on you. Does it stop the stink?
Yeah, like urine does that, but also like I believe vinegar does that too.
It's acid.
But
it does.
yeah.
But sometimes when you're on a sand and you got all these bites on you or whatever you want to call them, people will come up and they're urinating in a cup. They don't urinate on you. They don't, they do it through a cup. It's not like they urinate on you, except for me.
There's an etiquette to urinate.
There's an etiquette, yeah. But
I don't know if there's etiquette to that, but I mean, yeah. Most of the time though, like lifeguard stands have like spray vinegar that if you're like, oh, I got stung by a jellyfish, they're like, oh, okay, here.
I'd rather have the vinegar.
Well,
Yeah.
I was in the beaches in San Juan. There was no lifeguards. It was at your own risk.
Well then, yeah, then you gotta get a trusted friend.
I tried to surf one time because I had too much to drink, I guess, and I went out there. My cousins are all laughing at me. Says, "Don't do it." And I did this thing, and that boy went that way, and I went this way, and there was a lot of water and sand, and I came up with rocks in my ear, and there was a school of jellyfish.
Oh.
And I went through the jellyfish.
Yeah.
So when I went to land, there were lines on me.
Yeah.
And I was in such pain. I thought I saw Jesus. I'm gonna tell you.
Mhm.
And they started urinating on me.
Yeah.
They just started like right there.
I mean, it wasn't like I was gonna argue with them because I couldn't move. I could
Especially
barely
if you were
breathe.
like covered with them, like you had multiple. That's like super painful.
They called the ambulance and everything.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you something. They urinated on me, and it helped.
It feels better because yeah.
So they were laughing at me. They thought I made this story up. It's not true. I
Well,
would never go surfing.
Did you watch Friends, the show Friends?
Yeah.
So there's an episode in Friends where I'm pretty sure like Monica gets stung by jellyfish and she's like, one of you has to pee on me, and it's only like the guys around her. So she's like,
Well, the guys
which one of you guys like do I trust the most to like pee on me right now? And I think like Chandler ended up, or like Joey ended up.
Now let me
Like-
ask
I
you.
vaguely remember.
It-
that.
yeah.
Is there a difference between men urinating on you and women?
I don't think so.
Same?
Yeah,
But it's
easier for men
definitely
to
probably
aim.
easier for men.
Why? First of all, if you think I want a guy urinating on me, think again.
Well-
Whether they can aim or not, I don't know about that.
A girl's gonna have to like try hard.
I don't really think it matters the source. I think it's just for like relief.
Right.
No, the girls work much better.
Yeah, we pee too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know, but when you I say when you pee, the bigger the area, the better.
Okay.
Wow.
Anyways, we have a game.
We had a game
All right,
going.
let's go back to the game.
Wow.
Back to you, Aaron.
I have the answer from the board. The reason why
Well, you need a
urine
mic.
works.
The reason why urine works.
The reason why urine works is because fresh water works to help it. It has nothing to do with the pee.
Also, acidity takes it away.
Fresh water.
Fresh water. So you just need water. You need to. So you got peed on, but all you needed was.
You just need water. That's what
Water?
they were saying.
Well, she's a surfer. I don't know. You ever heard that? I never heard
I didn't know that. I just always heard of pee and vinegar.
I saw pee
Yeah,
and vinegar,
vinegar.
too.
Urban legends. Good for
You
fun.
just need the acidity.
So if you want anybody to help you after getting
Try the
stung
water first.
by jellyfish, just call G-Man, and he is happy to supply all the urine you need. Thank you very much.
We had a game.
All right, let's
All right. What's the next question?
Trying.
Let's get it out.
Aaron.
Where you pee, man. All right, let's go.
So I'm going to ask another question. I'm pretty sure I already know the answer to it for at least a couple of people here.
Oh.
If you were a police officer, would you be a dirty cop?
No.
No.
I wouldn't admit
Stop
it.
lying.
I wouldn't even admit it. Otherwise, you'd be playing basketball
In
and
Pelican Bay. Y'all some liars. Liar, liar, hands on fire.
Wow, G-Man calling us all out.
Come on.
You think we would all be dirty cops?
No, he would.
Why not?
No, he would.
They all is.
That's
most of the
because
time.
you would.
You
I
would.
would.
You
I'll tell
think
this
I
right
would
now.
be a dirty cop?
Yes. I wouldn't stop you
G-Man.
from red light. Tickets. I be doing the pelican base.
You be telling people to make a U-turn when they
I mean,
should.
like, I would probably let a lot of things slide as a cop, but is that a dirty cop though? I thought those were people
No.
who did like
Who are on the take.
We're talking about training day.
Listen, when I was at the 3-4,
Okay.
and I used to go to stores, they used to give us free stuff, like donuts, like Dunkin' Donuts, and I couldn't take it.
Yeah, but that's not being a dirty cop, just
No,
taking
but I couldn't
gifts.
take any gifts because if my sergeant ever saw that, forget it.
Oh, your sergeant was strict on
They
gifts?
used to come, no, you're not allowed to do that. And they used to come up and down, they used to sign your book and all that.
Let's say you're a cop and you walk into the break room and a bunch of other cops are doing blow. Are you willing to look the other way for a
Boy, I'm gonna tell you, you go right to it.
He knows it though.
But I know that, but
wow.
Coke is just an example.
If you
That
would
could
you
be any other illicit,
would you
illegal
ignore
activity.
a crime
Would
if the
you
guy
look
was a
away-
cop?
would you
Don't
look
say
the other
blow.
No.
Let's just say ignore her crime.
Even more so if it's a cop, you do a crime.
It's not that bad.
Y'all ever watch?
If I saw a cop like murdering people, yeah, I would say something because that's not
Well,
right.
what about less of a crime?
What if the rest of the force is on the tape?
What do you mean?
What
Like
if that
Gotham City.
Time to go RoboCop.
But it doesn't matter. Crime is crime, whether it's a cop doing it or
Thank you,
someone
Layla,
doing it.
somebody.
Crime is crime.
Yes.
You don't just get exempt because you're a cop.
Yes, but the brothers in blue, would you exempt them because they're your compadre?
No.
It happens all the time, though.
Yeah. Personally, me,
So
no.
if you were friends with somebody who committed a crime, would you call the cops on them?
But no.
G-Man. Oh, but you'd call us baby ugly.
But hold on,
Well,
hold it, hold it.
money. For money.
Hold it.
For no money, I'll let your baby beautiful.
But then, does it depend on the crime or on the degree of crime?
If I'm friends with Heather, if Heather is like, hey,
I ran a red light on the way to work today blatantly.
gonna call the cops.
I'm not calling the cops.
But
But
if
if Heather's
Heather
like,
sells me drugs,
I sell black tar heroin to a lot of people in Boca, yeah, I'm probably gonna call the
Heather
cops.
was your best friend.
I'm a supplier
If
for
yeah,
that sweet heroin? Would you
black
arrest her?
tar Boca.
You ever watch Power?
I don't care,
When
man.
everyone
You
knows
don't
the real
just,
money
like,
isn't fentanyl.
I don't know. No.
What is exactly black? I
What is
don't
like
know
the
what black
strongest-
tar-
Or like, I don't know.
Black tar.
You're like, I killed somebody.
How do you people know these things?
Oh, that's different.
Like-
I'm thinking like more like.
You better be
But if you
straight-
stole
I'm gonna stop
something,
talking. Y'all looking at
You
me.
better
Like-
be a straight narrow there, G-Man.
I'm a good guy.
I feel like there's
Okay.
a fine line.
there's fine lines between I can morally look away from this and be okay,
There
and then
are
there are
fine
other
lines.
things of like I can't morally look away from that. I'm sorry.
There are fine lines.
There are.
Yeah.
You know, my grandfather once said, it's not a crime until you get caught.
Your grandfather was wrong. Super wrong.
And then it's
If you get
alleged.
caught, You're not good at crime. Don't do it. Don't do no crime.
So you're saying you're good at
It's not
crime?
official until you're convicted.
So
He
you don't
never
get
said
caught.
that. He said don't get
You
caught.
get caught, you're bad at crime. That's
That's why it's an alleged crime.
That's another question though.
Next question.
All right. Has your friendliness ever been misinterpreted as flirting?
Yes.
Every day.
Yes.
That's why I don't talk to women.
$100
No.
bar right over there.
Yes.
I don't talk to people.
Anytime I do something.
$100 bar right over there. You know what it is? It's the woman's look. That's one foot. Totally different from everything else. It's not the way they act, it's the eyes. The way they look. When they look at you a certain way, a guy goes, You ever seen G-Man when he's playing with his beard? What is
Yo.
going on?
Wow. I'm about to go home. This man.
It's pick on G-Man day, apparently.
It isn't. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. Don't go over there. Where you going?
Where are you going, G-Man?
Everybody has a tail.
Yeah, I thought that's what he does when he's thinking.
That was a little hurtful.
He tells me, what do you think's going on over there?
Even I've seen the.
Yeah, that's all.
Come here. I'm only kidding. Take it easy. My goodness. Yes, I believe that women do that all the time because they want to be noticed. You're in a room full of women, they all want to be noticed.
You know, that wasn't even the
So it's not that
question,
men are
though.
compliment starved.
How's your friendliness?
Yeah,
For flirting.
but it's true.
No, but it's not true.
You can't.
It's the men who think when women are nice, they want them.
So it creates a culture where you have to be mean to men.
Yeah, literally. That's why women have to be mean to
Oh, so
men.
let me get this right. You're nice to somebody because you just want to be nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
You don't want to be hit on.
No.
You
You
do
don't want
know
their
there's
attention.
human
I have a
decency,
very certain
right?
way, I guess, of like
actually flirting, but like men can't
You
distinguish.
have a certain way of flirting?
Men can't distinguish most of the
Hold
time
on,
between
hold on.
flirting
You have a
and
certain way
being
of
nice.
flirting.
Oh, you just walked into this.
What is the difference between you being nice and you flirting?
I feel like you'll know.
If you can't tell, then it's not something that can be
Does
explained to
anybody here
you.
know?
No,
No.
they hit you with it. Or something.
What on earth is that?
You saw that?
There's a big
saw that
difference
move?
between
You
nice
saw that?
and
They hit you with it.
So playing a girl playing
with
her hair doesn't mean she's flirting.
No, I'm fidgeting.
No, I always play with my
No.
hair because it's soft and
my
I like
hair
it.
is like everywhere,
Yeah.
so I'm constantly playing with my hair
you have
just
more
to,
hair
just
than
to
I've
get
ever
it
seen on a
off
human being.
certain parts.
But there's, I don't know, to me, I feel like there's a clear difference between I'm just being a normal human being with human decency,
Yeah.
being polite,
There's a lot of
versus,
decency
hey,
in that sense.
Or being fun.
I'm into
or,
you. I, like,
So how do you let a guy know you're into you?
it's just, I don't know.
It's a lot of body language.
Well, what do you do?
I'm not gonna reveal my secrets.
Yeah.
It's a secret?
Obviously.
Oh man, good.
Come on, Freddie.
I don't know.
You can't reveal your
I've been
game.
married twice. I ain't got it right yet.
You can't reveal your game.
Oh, you got game too?
Everybody has game.
Okay.
Janet has game.
Wow. You hearing? Are you guys hearing this? They got game.
They're just silent.
They got game. Don't get taken by their game.
As I said, if it has to be explained to you, then it cannot be explained.
Think about it. I don't know. Don't
She's
just
nice to never
assume.
tell her, "Don't you
Because
be
it's
flirting with
annoying
me."
when guys just assume.
Be so for real.
Don't be flirting with me.
Don't say that.
I'm a taken
but, like,
man.
Just don't assume.
So how is a man supposed to react if he feels
It's
you're flirting with
when you just
Ask.
don't assume. Don't be like, oh, she blinked and said hello. She definitely wants me.
She laughed at my joke. She wants me.
She laughed at one of my jokes. Okay, probably because you said a joke.
It was
But
funny.
It's not because.
Everyone would laugh if it was a funny joke.
Yeah.
So it doesn't mean you're into them.
No. The
Valid.
same way I would laugh at Janet's joke is the same way I would laugh at your joke.
Yeah.
That
And
doesn't
trust
mean
me, I don't think she's flirting with me.
Right. Like,
That's not the same thing.
Not
okay, well, I
flirting
could
is
laugh
flirting.
at G-Man's joke, and I could laugh at your joke, and I could not be attracted or want either of you.
Yeah.
No,
Or
I
flirting.
understand
Like-
that. What I'm trying to define here is when you are attracted to somebody, not when you aren't. When you aren't is an easy denominator. But when you are, it gets tricky. And then the guy gets all confused, and he makes a move, it doesn't work.
A lot of times when people are like, when someone is into someone, they like, they like to be closer to them. They like to maintain eye contact with them. They like to touch them whenever they can touch them. Like they'll find excuses to touch them.
Right.
A girl does that?
No, I'm saying people in general. When like someone likes someone or someone is attracted to someone and they want to kind of initiate that, they like to do
So
those
they
things.
do the hand thing?
It's all like body language. It's all just cues. It's
Is it the hand thing they do?
I don't know what this is.
I'm
You
not
don't know
sure
what the
it looks
hand
like
thing is?
this.
Oh, yeah, it's sorando.
They may just like touch the
Yes,
shoulder
yes.
or
It's a sorando.
it's a touch. Any sort of touch. It's an
Right.
excuse.
We
a
get
touch-
touches now.
It's an
a
excuse
touch
to
on the
just
arm.
yeah.
You see, but back in the day, somebody doing a touch on the shoulder or behind the leg or something, that was just friendship.
No, you do not touch someone behind the leg in friendship.
And
Yeah.
guys do it all the time in sports, but
That's different.
somebody-
That's
Well,
entirely
that-
different.
I'd be like, bro, don't do that.
Yeah.
I just got violated. You know what I mean? Like, don't do that, bro.
Anyway, in
I
a
know I
normal,
did a
in
nice
a normal
play and
person,
all, but like,
that was back in the day. That used to be so. If a woman is going like this, sobando, it's called sobando, right?
Yeah.
If they're doing a lot of hand motion,
That's caressing for those of you
that's
who don't know.
flirting
I thought
or not
that's
flirting?
Spanish.
You're Latina. Does that mean flirting, sobando?
It depends on the circumstance. If
depends
you're
on the
doing it to a
context.
child, then
Yeah,
no.
like I've done that to my
Child,
girlfriends.
we're talking about adults.
I've done that to my girlfriends, but I obviously
You're not flirting.
not flirting with my girlfriends.
But if you're doing it to a man,
no, you can't do that. To me.
No, I
What?
would not.
See?
I
You can't do
wouldn't
that to
do
me.
that to just
what,
like.
touching his arm?
You
I
said
went-
caressing his arm?
Yeah, I wouldn't do that to just any.
It's like what happened to Polar
couldn't do
Bear.
that to me.
Whoa, what happened to Polar
But
I was
Bear?
like,
Yo,
so.
Yeah, like
That's-
I wouldn't walk up to you.
Well,
and
No,
just
but I'm
start
saying
doing
that's a
that.
way
That
for you to be
feels
like,
weird.
I like you. I'm
it's a
attracted to
flirting
you.
But what
I'm
happened to
flirting
Polar
with you.
Bear?
I'm not gonna go up to a man.
What
like,
happened
I
to
don't
Polar
want
Bear?
The
Did
leg-
someone
the
caress
leg
you?
over- They were watching
Oh no,
TV,
not this story.
and she put the leg over him.
What?
Who?
A friend of his.
Wait, someone put her leg over him?
And then the mother came in and they went to the neutral corners. Right? I don't know what the hell that meant.
Wait, what?
Okay, Polar Bear was hanging out with his friend who was a girl.
Okay.
Said girl has a boyfriend. Okay.
Okay.
They were hanging out, watching a movie, and her legs were just on top of him. Just like, I guess she was chilling this way, her legs were on top of him, he was sitting. Does that make sense? Like her legs were just out. Okay.
So her legs were like not, like.
Instead of like sitting like this, she might have just been like this.
She put her legs on
Her
top
legs
of
were
his.
over his legs.
I
Okay,
would-
chilling.
I personally would not do
But
that.
when her mom walked in, the second her mom walked in, she quickly like
Oh, she
went
was
to the other
definitely
side of the
flirting.
couch.
Wait, hold on. This is what I'm talking about. Is that a
What?
flirt?
What?
I mean,
Well, if she like went apart. as
We
soon as
we
the
already
mom
agreed that
walked
she
in.
was in denial that she has feelings for Polar Bear and didn't
Okay,
want her
so-
mom to know.
So then my question is, if Polar Bear reached over and gave her a smoochy,
Oh, he would not be wrong.
he would not be wrong.
He would not be wrong.
No, he wouldn't be
He
wrong.
would not be wrong.
That's why he took a W that
Yeah.
So if a woman puts her leg on me and I go over smoochy, she smacks me.
You should say, what was
What
that about
happened?
Wait,
then?
you said if you go for the smooch and she smacks
Then
you?
you have
And
the
then you go act
opportunity
like
to be
you
like,
dancing
okay,
off.
you gave
You gave me the
signs.
I thought this was a sign. You gave me
Yeah,
signs,
but
and
that's
then
what you say. That's the most embarrassing thing I've ever heard. Well, you gave me the
Yeah,
sign.
that's what I wanted to
Okay,
do.
well, it's a lot
Play it
better.
off like a player. If you get smacked in the face after the smoochy,
you could just
And
be
then
like,
what do you
okay,
say?
my
I
bad,
apologize.
my bad.
Yeah,
I
like-
won't do it again.
My bad. I was
Yeah.
mistaken.
Yeah.
That's on me.
Not for
Sorry.
nothing, but that's how I got married the first time.
Well,
Slapping on?
There was a slap,
Damn.
That's crazy.
and that
But
led
I'm
to the
like,
wedding.
marry me.
I knew she loved me at that moment.
When she slapped
I
you.
knew she loved
I
me.
knew she loved me at that moment. And that's what I'm saying. Things have changed.
That explains so much.
She must have a mean right hook.
What?
So long story short, just because a woman is nice to a man does not mean she's flirting.
Anyway, let's do one more because what was at the end of the show? My God, I have a headache.
Hopefully, it's not inappropriate.
You got it.
Yo, Gato, how do you feel about that, Gato?
He has no comment.
Gato hasn't said that.
Gato. Oh, Gato. Gato, stop holding the box for him.
Never take life advice from a psychic.
Oh, that's a good one.
Life advice.
Like a Sarah Spurgeon. Do you listen to
With
Sarah
a
Spurgeon?
grain
No,
of
bruh.
salt.
I don't never.
With a
I
grain of
never
salt.
listen to
Yeah.
it, But you can never.
With yeah.
100%.
With a grain of salt.
With a grain of
100%.
salt.
Yes.
I'm not
Yeah.
putting all my eggs in one basket. but
Exactly.
I'll keep it
In the back of my
for
mind.
consideration.
Yeah, I
but
like the yes with a grain of salt.
yeah.
I'm going to tell you something. I don't mess with that I don't understand because the pain and the damage is a lot worse than saying yes. So I would say 100% yes.
Yes, with a grain of
So we're
salt.
talking
Grain of
about
salt.
$1 billion over there, $100,000.
Yep.
There's a good saying that goes, treasure what advice is freely given, but question that which you have to pay for.
Damn. Okay,
why you're the
period. He
professor,
said poet.
Aaron.
Jesus Christ,
Is there
you
a
just brought us
question?
tumbling down. That's
Man,
funny.
you pulled up with the.
That was like Shakespeare right there.
You feel me with the.
Wow.
Catch us on editor's desk, Aaron.
He's just gonna be talking in like haikus or something.
Why don't you, now that we got a few minutes, why don't you make the announcement? What are we doing?
Oh, hopefully next week, editor's desk will return with me and Aaron. We're gonna be talking about movies, books, literature, current events, all things of that nature. And
Is
it's
this
gonna
going to
be
be
really
an
fun.
open forum?
Yeah.
Like you're going to take participation from the people in
Yeah. Yeah.
There is a comic store that opened up in the Boynton Mall. Did you know that?
No, I did not.
I
I,
did
don't
not
get up
know
north very often.
I'm going to go in there. I'm going to try to get a contact for you. I think we should have them on the air.
Okay.
And I don't know
Sounds
why.
like fun.
I have no idea why, but I'd like to do it.
Okay. Fun.
Gato, what do you think?
I think that'd be great. I'm very short on what I say.
I see
so
that. He doesn't commit.
Keeps
I'm
to
not
himself.
feeling the
Keeps to himself.
enthusiasm either.
No, he has enthusiasm, but that's as excited as he gets. All right, you got one more, and then we wrap it up?
I thought that was one more.
No, we got
Nah.
one more.
Let's pick one more.
We got room for two more. We got two more.
We need one more better.
One more better.
Yeah, that was grits, bro.
Grits?
Grits.
D-A?
I haven't heard that in a minute.
D-A.
It's like buns.
Grits. means
Grits bad, yeah.
But if you eat grits, tastes good.
You know, it's
Yeah.
funny,
Grits
but
are good.
Grits are
it's funny,
delicious.
but the vocabulary, the American English vocabulary has changed completely.
Yeah.
Completely.
Well, the slang changes every few years.
I don't understand
so-
anything they say anymore. They do DAs.
I
and
was
all
talking
that
to
stuff.
my
I
mom.
still think that'd be such a fun segment. Where you put like the word, the slang
got
on the
one for
TV,
you.
and y'all have to
They
guess.
used to do
What
that.
it is?
In the
Yeah,
morning
what it
show, they
means.
used to
Wait,
do
that'd
that.
ready,
be
Freddie?
funny.
That's funny,
Yeah.
right?
Have you ever lied to leave in the middle of a first date?
Yes.
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 You know my blind
Yes.
story, right?
Oh my God, yes.
Do you have one? Have a story?
A story?
I'm going to say yes, that way
So-
we don't have it on the air.
Hold on.
When I was dating, I would always
Powered through.
Like I was dating, I was on Match and stuff like that. When I met someone for the first time, I always told the girlfriend to call me like a half hour into the date,
Yeah.
and that was the
That's
That
emergency.
is such a setup. Really
It's
setup, bro.
amazing.
You know what I do on the day? I
Because-
would tell the woman, put your phone away, turn it off, because if you get a call, his date is over now.
Bro, it was me that had to leave, and I just stood there like, bro. And I go,
You didn't know what to do.
I didn't know what to do.
I went on a hookup, a blind date, so I went in blind. I had the glasses, I had the cane.
You're so
He's hilarious.
Okay,
Oh
you're done.
my God.
You're done.
So I went in there.
Wrap it
blind,
up.
And I saw this chick was the nastiest woman I've ever met.
Oh, then you
Nasty.
walked out blind as well.
So I said to her, I gotta go home and get my medication.
She was
And I got
nasty.
up.
I gotta get my
Nasty
She
medication.
wasn't a nice person.
She was not a nice person.
So when she saw that I was blind, she treated me like garbage. She was on her phone, she was talking, texting other people, and I'm like,
Wow.
That
I said,
sucks.
do I have your attention?
Yeah.
And she says, of course you do. I knew right there, it's time to exit stage. So I got up, I took my glasses off, and right out the door.
But you were the one playing blind.
Yeah, like, is it
It's
also
a blind date.
Is
Wait,
it?
what's a blind date
But
mean
is
to
it
you?
correct?
Okay, you took it too literally. Be so for real.
Hey, what's the difference between doing that and falling for, I'm going to be nice to you, but I am nice to you.
Oh
I'm going to
my
be nice to you,
God.
I'm going to put you in the friend zone.
You
I tell
cosplayed
you.
as a blind person.
That's right.
That feels wrong.
Yeah, that's-
She
on
was
some
wrong.
level.
Why she treat me like that?
I'm right, but you're not blind.
I was at that moment.
That's not how blindness works.
When nobody told me the rules to blind dating, I didn't know there was any
Oh
rules.
my God.
Okay, do we have to teach you what blind dating is?
Not no more, but back then.
I don't think there's enough years
Listen,
left.
they
in it.
hooked me
hope
on
so.
a blind date. I didn't want to go on it. I didn't want to go on it, and I didn't want to go on it, and I went. So I said, I was gonna say, hey, I can see you, and sort of point it as a
I wonder
joke,
what story this
as a
woman
blind
tells.
date. You know what I'm saying?
I
We never got there.
side of the story.
I would have
Right.
walked out blind as well.
What's her?
I wonder what story this woman.
She went to her friends and been like, guys, I went on a blind date with this guy who cosplayed a
She
blind
started talking
person.
about it now.
So you're like her worst date
I
ever.
was gonna,
Yeah, that
I
date
was
became a
gonna-
legend one way or
I
another.
was gonna,
Without the cane, so
I was
it's-
gonna, I was gonna bounce it as a joke because it was a blind date. You understand? And she got ugly.
You committed to the bit.
Ugly.
She got ugly. I'm glad I couldn't see
you know what?
that.
I'm committing to this blind thing.
You're terrible.
Hey, it didn't work. I didn't want it to work.
I mean, I
I'm
feel-
glad it didn't work. You gotta do what you gotta do.
If it worked, you would have had to been blind your entire life.
All right, so everybody in here has been on a date that you've abandoned the date because it was bad.
No.
True or false?
True.
I have not. I have not.
You left.
I have powered through.
I see it through to the end.
I powered through.
You powered through, but you didn't want to be there.
I did not want to be there, but
You ever
I
been
was
on a date
like,
you didn't want to be on?
Yeah, I think.
There you have it. So everybody has their own way of doing it.
Yeah.
I didn't want to break her feelings. I gotta tell you something. Now that I think back, the reason that I did it was I heard rumors that she wasn't a nice person to begin with. I should never have gone. It's my fault.
Yeah, you shouldn't have agreed.
But it was supposed to be a joke, a blind date. It was a joke. Ha ha. It went ho ho real fast. It was nice.
it's bad comedic timing.
All right, we got a book. We're done. Thank you for joining us today on Break It Out Friday.
Yeah,
We thought we bring you some entertainment.
this was a lot of fun.
Editor's Desk is going to be airing next week. We're trying to get Mona Lisa. What is it? DJ what? DJ Mona Lisa on the air.
Mona Lisa.
I read up and got schooled yesterday on how to work the machine. So I'm gonna, if when she brings it back, I'm gonna show you. So next week you're gonna see some DJs up there. Maybe even G-Man be. G-Man, you make a good DJ. I'll put a hat on you. You're gonna be super fly.
Sounds fun.
All right. So join us next week. Don't be late. Nice to see you, Dawn. We'll see you next week, honey. We hope you are having a great time.
Well, that's about it for today. Even though the show's over, the Brooklyn Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun every day from 12 to 2. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddie S. will bring you more good cheer next time. You can follow the Brooklyn Cafe on Facebook at the Brooklyn Cafe TV to rewatch every minute of the show. We'll see you next time.